everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is part of my journey to becoming a full stack developer using the FreeCodeCamp's curriculum. If you are learning to code or just getting started, you are in the right place. I'm not here to pretend I know everything. I'm here to show the process, the mistakes, the wins and the growth. Every lab I complete gets me one step closer, and I'm sharing that journey with you step by step on this channel. In this lab, we're building a full stack team card app. Each player has a card with their name, position, and a visual layout. The main feature here we are adding is a drop-down menu that lets users filter the players by their positions which are defenders, midfielders, attackers, and a goalkeeper. The goal is to practice DOM manipulation with JavaScript, work with arrays of data, and learn how to dynamically update the user interface based on the user input. This is a great exercise to build real-world skills you will actually use in web development. That being said, let us dive in. So guys, here we are going to do this project from FreeCodeCamp. As usual, we are going to use the documentation for JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. So let me just open my notepad for some brainstorming. Where is it? So let us start. So the first user story here is you create a football object with the following property. Okay. The team property should contain the name of the team as a string. The year property should contain the year as a number. The head coach property should contain the name of the head coach as a string. The players property should be arrays containing at least 4 elements. Each element in the player array should be an object with property name, position, and list capital. So let's just try and do this. So what they're asking us to do is that we should first of all create an object. Football team. With the following property. So team, here, coach, and players. So personally, I've already created a site, and I use the team, the Cameroon mansion. So let me just copy what I did and try and explain it. Here's it. Here's it. Okay. So here's it. The team, property here, property head of coach. So property head of coach and the players are inside an array. There's it. Here's it on the fifth user story. The player property should be an array containing at least 4 elements. So here is it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a national team of Cameroon. Team. Here's it. Vincent Boubacar, Zambo Anguissa, André Onana, who else? Jean-Charles Castelletto. Here's the guy, Jean-Charles Castelletto. So that was all about the object. Each element in the player area should be an object with properties, position, name, and is captain. So Andre Onana, Vincent Boubacar is the captain, that's why his captain is true. Zambo Anguissa and Charles Castelletto. So the position, the name property should contain the name of the player as a string. That's it. The position property should have one of the values: forward, midfielder, defender, and goalkeeper. So Andre Onana is a goalkeeper, Vincent Boubacar is a forward, Zambo Anguissa is a midfielder, and Jean-Charles Castelletto is a defender. So what's the ninth user's case is the is captain property should have value of boolean. One of the players should have their is captain property set as true. So the captain here is Vincent Boubacar. The 10th user story is you should display the coach team year value on the page. These values should be displayed in the HTML element with ID of value, heard, team, and year. Okay. So to do that, we shall use the get element by ID function. So get element by ID method, sorry. This guy. So we shall use it. So let's just const declare a variable and set it to coach. Coach is equals to document get element by ID. The ID here is, so let's just take a look at the HTML element. HTML file. So for coach, head of coach, here's the ID. So here's the ID. So the next one will be here. So we shall basically do the same thing, just that there are some things just to change, like change the ID for every year. Team. Now we shall do the same thing for team. The ID here is team. Done. So what's the next instruction? So I have to display the I see. To do that, since we're talking about an HTML element, we have to get access to the text content of the HTML element and set it to our desired result. That is, so for example, I have coach. It's an HTML element. Go and get it text content. I think that's the correct. So let me just check it here in the text content. Text content. there's it, text content. So because of this guy, see, take the text content and set it to coach name. That means I have to access this guy, and to do that we say football. I hope you guys are seeing. I'm just zooming again here. Say football. Punkt. Head coach, back brace, a Belgian, a guy from Belgium. You say that. Head coach. So head coach. Yeah. Head coach. Like this, I think that normally in the preview is supposed to show something. Yes. Back brace. So we shall do the same thing for the other guys. So let me just say. It's always nice to comment. So I'm just going to set the head, show the, I don't know what to say here, all the requests, display player data on page. So, no, sorry. Display the coach team values on page. Display, so let's say display coach team and here on page. So I will just do the same thing for here. Text. I can still use inner HTML, which is HTML, which is equals to football team. Here. The next one is team. What's the next thing I can use here? Inner text. So, inner text goes to football team. Team. So let's just check the preview and see if it's there. Okay, here is there. The team is not there. Let me see. Maybe the name is team. Team is correct. Can we rerun? Inner text. I don't know why it's not working. But nevertheless, we'll check it after. So that's good. So close this guy. Where is it? There's a preview. It's not still working. So because here it's not still working. So let's just try and find the team. Get element by ID team because of the space. Okay, it's working. So that means inner text is supposed to work also. So let me just check. Inner text. Okay. So normally it's supposed to work. It's because of the. Okay, it's working. So that's what's done. So now. Okay, let's go now to the next step, which is you should display the player's data on the page inside the player card element. Inside the player card element, each player should be displayed in a div with class of player card, and nested in it a h2 containing name of player and captain in case of the player being captain, and a b containing a paragraph containing position and the position of the player. So literally, yes, it. Interesting. So just put the comment. Display the players data. So the first thing I will do is that I will first of all try and access this player card. Let me check if it's a class or an ID, or it has a class name or an ID. So player card. Where is it? Player card. So just give me a minute. Yes. So player card is an ID. So has an ID. So it's an ID. So let me just write it here. Like player dot question document content element the name of the ID is player card. Like now I will try just and brainstorm the thing so that everyone can, so that mutual can understand. So normally we are supposed to show that, display the card, show the, how can I say it, show every card that presents on the screen, like on the page. So that was the 11th guy. The next one here is to, when the drop down menu is selected, is used to select one of the positions. All the players of that position should be shown. If all players option is selected, then all the players should display on the page. So that's it. So what they're asking me to do here? Let me think. So where's that preview? Is that when I click here, all the all the players with position midfielder will be shown on the page. And when I click on another thing, position forward, all the players with the position forward will be displayed on the page. And more particularly, if the players being displayed or being shown, if among them there is a captain, that information should be shown above. It should be shown, in the page. So that's just what is supposed to be done here. So let's just try and do some brainstorming. So the first thing here is to display element. So we want to display all the players on the card. So by doing so, I think that I have to create, define a function display. So how do we display elements? The next question is how do we display element on the page? Very simple. Display an element on the page. We just have to get to display data on an element which is on the
HTML element. We can either use this get ID stuff to have access to the HTML element, or use how do they call it again? Query select or something like that. So let me just try step one. Step one is that I will first of all try to create, since it's asked that we have to create like a div that will represent a card, a player card. So we have to create a div. Sorry, where's this HTML stuff? Where is it? Where is it? Here's it. So we have to create a div with class name player card. So to create a div with class name player card is simple. Hereby we have to use the function, the create element function. So we create the element and store it in a variable. So it will be like this. Let's say div and store it in, let's say, variable name. Let's say cat div. Let's say that's the variable name. So now, after creating that function, the second part that we have to create is the h2 element. So because here is it, so we have to create the h2 element and create the paragraph element. So let's just do it fast. So create h2 and store it in the variable h2. So let's say h2, and do the same thing for p. So I'll store it in a variable name p. So after doing that, we have to do the, how can I say, we have to append, because after creating all this HTML element, we have to append it to the main class, to the not to the main class, like to the main HTML element. So let me just show you, because we are supposed to display all these HTML elements here. So I think that we have to append it here. So the next step here will be like append the created element. So let's go back again and read the instruction if I had it right. So they're asking us that you should display the player cards element. Each player should be displayed in a div with class name, player card, and nested in it an h2 containing the name of the player. Okay, containing the name of the player. Okay. And p2 containing the position of the player. So that means we have to also access we have to make sure that the h2 element and the p element contains the name of the player and the position of the player respectively. So to do that, we just have to let's just create update content h2 and p should let's put it up here. h2 should contain h2 and p should contain the position on player name. Okay, I thing like this is already something interesting, so let's just try it. Let's try these small steps. Just try it. Oh, there's no way. So let's start by defining a function. So let's say, create a function and call it display layer. I don't know, should I make sure that it takes in a variable? It takes in a parameter, sorry. I don't think so. I'll just leave it like that. So the first step here, as I said, is to create card element. So to do that, where is it? So you just have to create a constant. So const card div is equals to document. Create element. The next one here is for the H2 elements. Same thing. Sorry. So here I have to write div, and here is like H2. So const p equals to p element. Okay. So does it now pronoun? What was the next step here is? Okay, to update the value H2 and P2. So let's just write update the values. And to do that, the best thing that we can do about it is like we have to take in like to update the value, you have to either use text content, as I said, text inner text, or how can I say it? Or something like I don't know again, but I'll use inner text. So let's say H2 boom text. Let me use text content. Content is equals to have I think it's football, that's the name. Football team. Punkt. Yeah. No, I have to get access to this player. Actually, okay, I see. Normally I'm supposed to display the player. So to display the player is better for me to like have access to the players, because players here is an array, as you can see. So the parameter here, I think that the parameter should be let's say players. Let's say players. So what I will do now is like in players, there are objects. So I see, okay. Well, wait, before I figure it out, I'll first of all append the new the new object. Append the new sorry, I'm a little bit tired. How does this append work again? I see. So it's just like so since here is the, how can I say, here is the how do I call it, the player card ID element here. Now what I want to do is that I want to append everything, the player card, you see. I want to append the what I created now, the div, the h2 and the p to this player card. So it will be like something like this. That's how I understood it. So before doing that, according to what to the instructions, sorry, here is div, here is div. So I want the div class to be like this, h2. I want the div class to be appended to the h2 and to the p element. So before starting anything, I'll first of all append the div class. Boom, it's append. I think it's append try. See. Append or append try. But what's the difference? I don't really know. What's the difference with append try? Let's try. Usually, okay, I think it's append try because the father here, or the parent root here is player card. Is this thing. So for the explanation to be clearer, the parent root here is this guy. I don't know if you see it. We declare a variable about it here. Player data. Yeah. Player data. Yes, this player data. So the right method here is append try. So append try. So no, the right method here is append try normally because we want to append these guys and this guy to the div class player card, and afterward we want to append the player card, the div with class name player card to the variable or to the HTML element name with ID player cards. So that's just the thing here. So let's just say h2 to append to h2. Then we say now we want to append the div. Now we have to append the p element. So what we did here, we just appended the h2 and the p element. Now we want to append the player, the card div to the player card. So here is player data. So let's just say player data. Try cut div. Okay, I think now it's good for the appendation. Let's say appendation doesn't make sense. So the next step here, I don't know, is to display the thing. So since that we are having an array of elements, and this array, the elements in this array is how can I say, are objects. So to display every object, because every object represents a player. So we have to display. We have to first of all access the object to have access to the property of the object. So that is the name, the position, and the Boolean variable of is captain. One should check if whether the player is a captain or not. And to do that, I thought of for each method, because one of the first use of for each is to display element on the console. So doing so, it will help us to, how can I say, get access to it, because we display function is taking in an array, and we shall loop across this array. I don't know if you guys understand it. So let's just take a look here. Here is it. Console.log. Let's say for example, no, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, so let's just change it. So let's change it and turn them into objects to make more sense with what I'm talking about. This one. I think it's still right. No, it's not right, because we are expecting a string. So elements is supposed to be bold. It does not make sense here, because we have to have the property. So name, same thing here. Name. Name. So if I click, okay. So okay, sorry. Let's say get access to name. So I think normally here is supposed to work. Okay, as you can see. So I will use an for each method here. So the array to loop in is this player. So for each inside it, we shall loop across the elements. Let's look across the elements in the array. Okay, this guy is used for the display. Since it's looping across the array, I now understand. I want that. Okay, I'll put all of this here inside. So when it comes across one element in the array, what happens is that it creates a div, it creates an h2, it creates a how can I say, div, create an h2 and create a p. So to do that is we should first of all do this, update this value. So now normally here the class name is supposed to be player cat. So let's just say cat div don't name, I think the right is class name. To set class name is equals to player cat. I think that's right. Let me check here. I think it's right. Player cat. Let me see. Okay, player cat. So now we have to update the value. So the value here is the element H2 is for the player's name, so let's say name, and P is for the player's position, so text content equals to player say element change position. I think that's right. Okay, right, sorry. Okay, right. So now we have updated the value. We know what is done, but the problem now like this is that this captain, I don't know how to show this captain. Oh, okay, I know. So to do that, I would like let's say. I would like check this captain positive. So here I'm using the denary operator to do like that. So since we are accessing is an object in an array, so it will be like element. So if it's true, what happens? If it's true, we shall like should I use literals, template literals to express this, or should I just leave it? Yeah, I think that I have to do that. Like this, like parentheses, captain, what's this? So the name of the player's element. I think that I copy it and yes. Paste. Element. Point. Name. If it's false, I just say analysis. So I think like this is better. I don't know what you guys think about it. So if you have any suggestions about how I did it, just tell me in the comments below. No, I think sorry, yeah, sure, this. Oh yes, okay. So now this guy is displaying the element. So let us say display and create the player cards. Is there anything I can add here? Let's see. Read it again. So you should display the player's data on the page inside the player cards element. So we did it by doing this guy. Each player should be displaying a div with class name player cards. So here is it. And nested in it an H2 containing the name of the player. So here's it containing the name of the player. P2 containing the position of the player. So I think that we are okay here. So what is when the drop down menu is used to select one of the positions, all the players of that position should be shown. If all players option is selected, then all players should be shown. So here they're asking us to use this drop down menu stuff. So let me just check how is it, because I don't regularly use it. So it's drop box. What's the HTML name of this? Yeah, options. I think that is select. Yeah, this is select. Yes, it's. So, let me delete this. So there's also a drop down menu functionality. So the quest here, or the objective here, is that when I click here, all the players should be shown like this, as you can see. So it's not being shown because we have not connected an event listener to the drop down menu. So to do that is pretty easy. So let's see. Let's first of all get the element of the drop down menu, or the select elements in the HTML. Oh, yes, it was the class name. Here's the class name, players. Okay. So we come and declare, but I don't really know how to do it. Should I take the select first? Should I take the class name of select, or take the class name of the players? So I don't really know. Where is it? Select. I wanted to the option label. I wanted to take this. Okay, no, I cannot take it because of the label is just a label. So filter, yes, a label. So normally I'm supposed to take this class. Okay. Let's just go and name it post. It's a Dropbox drop menu for it to make more sense to document. Query selector. Players. Okay. I think now we have set a drop menu. Drop menu. Add system. I know that with the drop menu, we always use change as event listener. So let's do some brainstorming here. So what do we want? How can I say it? A guide to do. So we want that every time that we click on the drop menu and select an element from it, we should have this element should be displayed on the screen. So for the display of an element or of a card, let's say that we have already created a function for that. So the first step we have to do in this drop menu is like first of all, check if there's this or if the selected element, check if the selected element or is equals to strictly or. The second thing we have to do is to like program or code the situation when the element is not equal to all. So when the element, since we're working with an array, and the element, if the element is not equal to all, what we have to do is that we just have to filter the element or the player with the name. I don't know if you get it. We filter the element or the player with the name or the position selected. Let's say with the position selected, and store it in an array and display it. So that's how I see the thing. So yeah, like if not or, filter the array and filter the array to select the players with the positions selected and display it. So that's how I think that we should do this stuff. So that being said, let us try and see if it's working. So the first step, as I said, to check if it's on. So I think that I have to do like something like event here, because the event here represents, let's see, let us drop down menu. So here's the event, so when the events change and so on and so forth. So event, I think it's point target, point value also, because it's an HTML element, which we're talking about the text. I think our value is the right thing. It's equals to all. I don't know if the all was the all with A, with capital A. Let me check here. Okay, it's equals to all players. Equals to all players. What's this guy? The guy is saying when the drop down menu is used to select the position, all the players should be selected. If the all players option is selected, then all the players should be on the page. So okay. So let's just go. So if target value is, well, I don't need to be writing target value. How can I write it? Const value or target. We'll be like event target. I think that is right. Point value. Okay. So if, let's say for example, value of target is equals to all players. So display, where's my no display players. Is there display player? Yes. Let me check this thing again. There's something that I'm missing. Let's say field dot players is equals to. Now I think that we have to use here a higher order function, which is field dot. Let's check again the syntax of this guy. How long is the video? Already an hour. It's taking much time. But nevertheless, we shall try and just do our best on it. So here's the filter, here's the guy. Okay. So, thing is football team. That's a team from the player to have access to the players. Player with S, players with X, S. So players. Don't filter. It's like element. Like if element position is equals to value strictly equals to value of target. Value of target. Then send it inside that array. And after doing that, the display player. Normally it's supposed to be display players, but I just leave it like filtered players. So guys, that's my idea. I don't know if it will work. We shall just test it and see if it's working. Think I should say football team. This one is pretty hard. So let's try and check if it's working. It's not working. It is not working, even a bit. Let me see H7. Yeah, it's connected to the JavaScript, so it's great. So what's wrong here? What's wrong here? What's wrong here? This guy is working. Players. It's coming from this guy. Okay. So what's not working? So this is how we created the HTML element, updated the values. So let's just try and test it and see why it's not working. If I can get some hints. So they're saying that the options all player is selected, all player should be shown. Wait, let me see something. So I know why it's not working. I really know why it's not. I think now it should be working. So let me test again. Nothing is working. So let me check again my variables. Player data, player cards. So use HTML. Okay, I see. There's no class name for select. That's the reason why it's not working. So normally here is supposed to be get element by ID. Get element by ID. So delete here. So let me try again. It's working. As you can see, the tiniest error can make sure that your code is not working correctly. So all player is showing. Okay. What's working? Okay, I see. Oh, okay, I see. Normally we are supposed to clear after creating, before displaying anything, we first of all have to clear the preceding, how can I say, the preceding, what was remaining. So what is on the HTML element. So what's remaining, so the preceding cut. So we just have to clear. To do that, we use player cut, player data, sorry, from inner HTML to set it to 0, set it to not 0, set it to HTML, empty string. So like this. I think now it should be working. I do like this, 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 do like this. It's working. So let's try again. So see, this thing is not also working because when I'm looking at this all player store, at the beginning there's always this initial showing all the players. So there's always all the players have been shown initially. So to do that, I'll just declare the function with the name, eventually football team, and get access, not the name football team, but I will call the function with the parameter football team by getting access to the array which is inside the object. So display player, say football team players. It's not working. So let's just try players. Okay, there's not S. Coding is magistral. I think that also players. Players is not correct. I'm very sure. No, players is correct. Football team. Copy it and paste. check again. Why is it not working? But the other guys are working. So I think normally it's supposed to work like that. After displaying the players using this display function, let me just get like this. Okay, I have it right. So thank you guys for watching. It was really a pleasure for me to do this tutorial, not like a tutorial, but like to do this video with you guys. I'm really happy to have. I hope this video brought you some value, and praying that we shall meet on other days. We shall see you on to the next video. So have a nice day.